Morning guys, look, I cleaned you before I started filming, so everything should be nice and fresh and streak free. That's how we like the vlog. Nice, fresh, streak free. So I've got a bunch of stuff to do today. I didn't an hour ago, now I do. Hi Buffy, good morning. Are you gonna be a good girl while I'm gone? Yes? No? Maybe? You're just gonna sit there and be a dog? Okay. Here we go. Sit there, be a dog. Good girl. Today I am taking a load of scrap metal down to the scrap yard. Current prices right now are ½ cent a pound. That is horrible, but I would rather do it now while prices are still there, and rather than later. And we need to get the truck emptied so that we can get drywall. And I've got a bunch of other stuff, all the other stuff that I've scrapped that I can't bring down in this truckload, and I have an appointment for an oil change today. Oil changes don't pay that much, but it is certainly better than nothing, because nothing is nothing and nothing is bad. Well, unless you are getting screened for cancer, and then nothing would be a good thing, but we're not going to get negative with this. We're going to stay positive. We're going to get through the day. We've already been through the intro, so I'll just go to the next clip. We're headed out. You guys remember what happened last time I took the truck? The little bee incident. There's like a freaking wasp in here because the temp got higher. This was in winter time. The temperature in here got higher, and he like woke up and like said, "Here I am." Well, I never found a nest or anything. I didn't really look. I was hoping it was just him. We'll see what happens. Wish me no wasp on my travels. I would appreciate that. Iron shred is at ½ cent a pound. I don't know what the rotors are at, but I just got a little over $6. Woohoo! I'm rich. I'm gonna go out and get me a cheeseburger. So I had one last minute job today, an oil change. Okay, I will tell you, I appreciate all business. Please do not get me wrong, but an oil change, you get like $30. And for a lot of work, because I don't have a pit, and because I don't like to get squished, so I have to make sure that I use jacks and jack stands or ramps or a combination of both or whatever. And I also don't want to damage the customer's car, so I have to make sure that I do all that correctly. I don't have a pit that I can just drive it over like the fast lube places, so it takes about 45 minutes to an hour to do all your checks and make sure everything's right and do the sticker and everything in the window for $30. This is more complicated because the customer had a different vehicle than what I was expecting to work on. So I had went out and I got parts. I went to do the oil change. It was a different vehicle. So I had to stop, and now I have to go back, and I've already been back, but I have to return the parts and then get the correct parts for this vehicle and then go back out there and then do it. So add an hour for running parts back and forth twice. I am now in it 2 hours for $30. But $30 is $30. I know. Thank you guys for being there to let me vent. I appreciate it. Getting it done, it is what it is. So just gotta get her done. This is Troy tearing apart his truck, SUV, whatever. Oh my goodness. I've had fun in my life. This is not it. However, this will be nice because I've been wanting to clean this stuff out for a while. In fact, ever since I've owned this vehicle, the center console has been really dirty. Although, I have created some of that, but a lot of it was here when I first got the truck. It's like bleh, all nasty in here. So we're taking this off, taking the center console out. The reason why I'm doing this is because I need to get back here to the wires that go to the fuse box, because I want to wire the CB correctly. I want to be able to tap into the wires back here and not do it like all like ghetto rigged and stuff, because ghetto rigging is bad. Okay, ew, gross, look at that. Blech. Oh god, that's not even my hair. Ew, gross. Man, the weather and the rain today have been crazy. It's gone from like sunshiny to stormy rainy to sunshiny to stormy rainy to cloudy to sunshine to stormy rainy. It's been crazy. Speaking of crazy, yeah, I know that you guys have already seen this, but so my plan right now is, because this is starting to take longer than I had anticipated. Here, let's go this way. Here, still frame of the vlog. That, maybe this, that. I don't know, trying to get a good still frame. Anyway, my goal right now is just to get this wired up. Here's the other side of the fuse panel. So I want to find a wire on the other side and run positive directly to it. There's a ground wire right back. You can't, it's hard to see. It's right back down there, which is a good ground. I'm going to clean that ground up too. But I'm going to run this ground wire over to there. I'm going to tap into the 30 amp main wire of the power supply, or excuse me, the fuse box, because this is also a computer too. Which is crazy to think that. And what else? And then I'm just going to wire this up, and I'll leave it hang right here, just like this, next to this one, and get everything tucked up. And then I'll vacuum out this part of the truck, clean up this part of the truck, and tonight, hopefully I can clean up all the center console stuff, reinstall the center console stuff tomorrow, and then we'll look at installing the CB tomorrow. That's my plan, and it sounds like a pretty good one. It's still raining. And now it's windy. Now it's cloudy and rainy and windy. But I actually realized I'm not done with disassembly yet. There's a little screw back right here on the gear shift lever. I want to take that off because I want to get all this out of there. It's like disgusting, and I need to get these pieces of plastic separated in order to clean all this out. But in order to get this off of here, I have to take this off of here. And this has a little electrical button over here for the overdrive. So I know that there's an electrical connection over here. I'm gonna have to disconnect. Oh, here you go, guys. See this right here? See that? That right there? In the Ford, every time you put your foot on the brake, this solenoid right here goes dink, and that allows you to shift. That's your interlock right there. See? The more you know. All right, with all of my center console pulled out of there, I just got through taking this and crimping it on. And then also soldering it so that we have a good connection. And look at this, one step further. I have some marine grade heat shrink tubing to take that copper wire and seal it from any moisture so that we will never have a problem with it corroding and coming apart. I don't have a heat gun with me, and I only have one hand. Usually I will get this away from the wood. I'm not going to catch the wood on fire. I'm just showing for demonstration. This is heat shrink tubing. And it's got a sealant in it too that kind of flows out. That's how you know. You probably can't see that. Let's do it this way. Can you see that now? Can you see it now? Right where that is, right there, where they come together. You see a little bit of clear stuff. It's glue on the inside, like right there. So now we have a much more professional looking connection there. So even though this looks shiny right there, I'm still going to clean this up a little bit. I want to shine it up a little bit. And that way when we put it in there, we attach everything to ground. We know it's going to have a good ground. We know we're not going to have a problem with it. I don't like doing something twice if I don't have to. Could I attach this to a cigarette lighter? Probably. I probably could have done that. But I like hardwiring things. I like to make sure that I'm not going to have a problem with them. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. The flashlight is making it too bright right now for the cameras. But that one bolt hole right there. That one right there. Do you guys see how rusty that is? Look at that. This is the old ground wire right there. That's the old ground wire that used to go there. So we're going to clean that up a little bit and put this new ground wire there on it too. Two of them. Two birds, one stone. All right, so I found the wiring diagrams for my truck, and that junction box right there, that fuse box, is called the Smart Junction Box below the center of the dash. And like I said, there's like logic circuits in it and stuff. So it's more than just a fuse box. And what we're going to do is this red one in the center there comes from fuse. It's a 40 amp fuse, comes from the battery junction box underneath the hood. I believe that should be a key off, engine off power. It should have constant power. So we're going to test some of these fuses over here. If we have power to these fuses with the key off, we'll know that this wire here will be awesome to tap into. Right? Just say yes. Speak! Speak! There you go. Say yes. Speak yes! Good girl, yes! Yes! Good girl! Good girl! So Ford, in all of their infinite wisdom, did not label their fuse box at all. I, a while ago actually, went and found the diagrams and I printed them out. This vehicle doesn't have an owner's manual, so I can't look in it because we don't have one. So anyway, I found the 2 fuses and I go here and watch this. Are you ready? Bam, bam, key is off. I have power, I have power, I have power. These are fuses 6 and 7, which are there and there, coming from that wire there. I have constant power. I can use this wire. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the wire. That's really bright. All right, this is the last I'm going to show of this because I don't want you guys to get too bored with it. But right here, I basically, oh, you can see, we've got power to that wire. That's that red wire with the blue stripe. I located it. What I did is I cut away some of the insulation and I soldered this new wire to it. I have a nylon wire tie here stabilizing this wire to that wire so it's not going to come off. This wire I did not cut. You don't want to cut that wire because if this falls off, for whatever reason, it won't, but if this falls off, you still want this wire to stay connected. You don't want, a lot of people would actually like cut this connection and then solder everything back together. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so painful. The other day I also mentioned liquid tape. This stuff is awesome. So if you guys ever go and see somebody like pierce a wire to see if there's power there or not, but they don't do this, they don't seal it up, and what you're doing is you're just inviting a problem. So if you ever had like a wiring like ghost in the car, this is probably, the reason probably is because they pierced the wire, water got into it, and then it corroded the copper. So anyway, so we'll let this cure, and then we will take some electrical tape, wrap it around it, and we now have power to our CV right there. So I'm going to wrap this up for tonight. It's getting dark outside, and frankly, I'm getting cold and tired. We can continue this in the AM. I'm just going to leave all my stuff just right there, except my glasses. I'm taking my glasses. All right, guys, before we get into COC tonight, I would like to thank all of you guys for watching and continuing to do so. And since a lot of people are at home, what better time to share the vlog and everything on your social medias than now, to give people hopefully something kind of uplifting, something to make you forget about what's going on out there. And speaking of what's going on out there, Angie and I have been doing a little bit of research, and so far it looks like she should still be able to cross the border on the 16th. Fingers crossed. So, Patreon photos for last month were just sent out today. I did that today. Unfortunately, Angie wasn't able to sign it because obviously she wasn't around. So I signed her name. I forged her name. Sorry. But this next month, the one that you're watching this in, April, hopefully the Patreon photo is going to be... See if I can make this through. Wow. Sometimes I laugh as a defense mechanism. The Patreon photo is going to be of her and I reuniting because we've been separated for so long, and everything has come down to this moment. All the waiting, all of the everything. So when her and I see each other again, that is going to be such a special moment. I'm going to make sure that I film it, and I will cut a still frame from it, and that will be the Patreon photo of the month. So if you guys want to get in on that, then you can go to patreon.com/beyond1031 and sign up for the proper tier for that. Angie and I surely would appreciate it. Okay, wow. So many emotions. With that being said, I'm not going to read everybody's comment tonight on COC. I have read everybody's comment. I've done so during the day. So I appreciate your guys' comments too, and the thumbs up. It makes us feel good. Case in point for what just happened, Scare Studios, aka Tristan Screams. When you were talking about Angie, it was awesome because I love how you guys care about each other so much. Yeah. Words can't describe. They just can't. Bren, Troy's turning into Eugene from The Walking Dead with the CB radio stuff. Emerald Gypsy Art, Chris is doing well. He will be transferred to a rehab facility this week or next. Excellent. James Burke, you say instead of cutting up your metal around the door there, you can, under your vehicle, find a rubber grommet and put a tiny cut in it and run your cable through. Yes, but that would, for me, I mean, if you had a pickup truck to where you could drop the cable in between the bed and the cab, that would be fine. That would work perfectly, and you could find a little drain hole and push it through there. That's what those rubber stoppers are primarily used for. But in my instance, I would have had to take that cable, and it wasn't that long, and like I'd hang it down the side of the vehicle to be able to go up underneath it. That would be really difficult to do. So I think the way that I did it was probably the best way. Speaking of the best way, CNS Services says, man, I'm going to do that with my truck. My CB, it leaks in my truck every time it rains. Ontario Man 100, you say, I cringe when I see you walk down that aisle with no mask on. Please get a mask. All it would take is for one of them people to cough or sneeze. And then I would run. If somebody coughed or sneezed, I would run. In all honesty, I'm not too worried. I'm extremely, extremely cautious when I go out. In fact, I should do that. I should film a video of what I do when I go out. I have sanitizing wipes. I do not touch door handles. I don't touch anything except the stuff that I purchase. When I get back into the truck, I will still use a wipe to open up my own door handle. I will get into the truck, put everything in there, and then before I touch anything else, I will sanitize my hands with hand sanitizer and anything else that I think that I've touched. And then when I get home and after I put everything away, I will wash my hands. So I'm extremely cautious. Debit card machine, same thing. I use that. I don't even touch them anymore. I don't touch anything. Not even my face. And it's interesting how many times we touch our face because now we're more aware of it. So you'll go to like, oh, no. And then I won't even use my sleeve. If I have to wipe my face, I will use the inside of my shirt. Like this or like that, you know, if I have to pick my nose or something. Just kidding. Wow, Carolyn, Canadian trucker gal. Take care, both of you guys. Nicole Flynn, you say, I'm very thankful that no one in my family or my friends have come down with this horrible virus, and I hope nobody else comes down with it so that we can all work on getting back to the way things were before. And that one video, the reason why I shot that video is to hopefully spur you guys to start preparing and coming to the realization that things will never be the way that they were before. I don't believe. Again, that's just my 2 cents. We can all hope, and you know, I hope I'm wrong. I seriously hope that I'm wrong. I hope I'm like way off. I hope that here's the ballpark and like there's the mountains out there. I hope that I'm that far away. But originally they're talking about like self-distancing and staying home from work for 2 weeks. Now they're talking about a month. The president's even said now June 1st. That's April and May. Not going to work, not working for over 2 months now. Yeah, it's going to get bad. Ron Perkins, you say, with that antenna install, you may have a problem if you plan on going through a car wash as you can't take the antenna off beforehand. This is funny. I answered you in COC. I said that I can unscrew the antenna at the base and just leave the base there. As long as I'm not being lazy, I should be washing it by hand anyway. Car washes are horrible on your paint and stuff. Carrie-Ann Olsen, you're talking about the range of a CB. Yeah, as far as like a radio station, a CB does not have as far as a radio station. That's why they put, like you said, they put radio station antennas high up so that signal goes down. Triv27 answered you and said that the easiest way to describe a CB is a walkie-talkie on steroids, pretty much. How far a CB signal will travel is grossly determined by atmospheric conditions, relative humidity. Are there like physical obstructions in the way, mountains, tunnels, buildings, radio interference from, I don't know if cell towers would play a part in that, but anything that produces a frequency, your radio setup, where you have the antenna, a bunch of different things. Alright guys, I'd love to be able to read everybody's comments, but I do have to go to bed. So thank you so very much for watching. Happy hunting. We'll see you here tomorrow and every day after that, as long as I am able to. Good night.